So, can we talk? Hey everyone. It's I guess January 1st when you're hearing this. It's December 31st right now, and I'm not quite sure what this is. I'm kind of just hanging out right now. I just got back from work. It's like 8:30 in the morning. And gonna go to sleep soon because I have a long night tonight. I was thinking about doing one of those, like, year in review things for myself, but frankly, I'm still... I'm still dealing with this past year and deciding and figuring out how I feel. So, I will say that there were parts of it that were amazing and parts of it that were not, and I fucked up the parts that were. But that's for possibly another day. I guess what I wanted to ramble about was the next year. What starts tomorrow? Well, for me, and today, for when this goes up. What I want to do and what I'm working on doing now and where I want to see myself and stuff. I guess this is more a beginning of something that I'm going to be trying to do this year. And seems like the first day of the year is a good day to do it. So this year, I don't know where I'm going to end up at the end of it. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know who I'll be, but I want to begin doing more personal things. I mean, I'm not going to stop doing the, like, the Let's Plays and everything like that. Like, that's just, I do those because I enjoy it. But, like, thanks to my friend Becky, I have a camera now. It's a pretty nice webcam. It's like I still need lighting and stuff, and thanks to a kind soul, somebody ordered me a green screen off of Amazon, and I need to get a stand for it itself, and I still need to get a good ring light and diffuser and scissor arm for the mic and scissor arm for the camera and everything for positioning. And there's still like equipment I need. I need a desk. I need a home. Like there's still lots, but slowly this will come together. And first step in that is finding a place to live permanently. Well, maybe not even permanently, even if just for the year or something. Been thinking about Texas a lot lately because I have friends there, and it'd be good to be around more people. I've also been really missing Washington again. That never really went away. I'd like to go back to Tacoma, maybe Seattle, but that's just too expensive. But my first step is to find a place to live soon, like as soon as I possibly can. I'm spending quite a chunk of money just putting in applications for apartments right now and stuff like that. Like, I'm working towards that, and once I do, frankly, all I need to do is buy a blanket and some extra pillows, and I don't care about a bed. I'll sleep on the floor. That's what I've done most of my life anyway. And I'll get my studio set up. I'll get good lighting, and I'll get a decent desk, and I'll have somewhere I can put my laptop so it's not a horrific background noisemaker until I can build a new PC, and I'll get all the stuff I need, and I think that would be a good thing to do. And I want to do more stuff on camera. Like, I'm going to learn how to do makeup, and so I'm going to be doing that, and it's going to be an interesting time where I am going to be very, very embarrassed by how shitty it looks because I don't know a fucking thing about it. My roommate Lydia got me a bunch of makeup for Christmas, and her sister helped with that, and they're both extremely kind, and I cannot thank them both enough. But I'm gonna try experimenting with that and seeing what I can do, and that will be for everybody who comes to the channel to see, because I will be doing it on camera, which is a terrifying thought. And I want to do more editorial stuff about games. Like, I've said something about this fucking Wolfenstein thing I've been writing for, 2 months since that game came out, but I also have been working on it steadily. Like, it hit, I had to chop out a massive chunk of it because I got to the halfway point and realized that I was at 1,400 words. And that was the first, like, and I'm like, this thing is separated into 2 distinct halves, and when I got to that point and looked at the word count and went, oh, and then realized that that first half was not actually the first half. It was technically, I guess, the first third. Because I ended up talking about BJ and his characterization and the way the game uses specific elements for his characterization for 1,400 words without even diving into other characters that I wanted to talk about. And then I didn't even get to talk about the other themes that I wanted to talk about yet, and I have to chop out chunks of that thing and finish it so I can edit it and get it up. But I also want to do more, like, on-camera editorial stuff, like actually talking about a game or something and stuff like that. I don't want to just do Let's Plays all the time. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to do, and I'm going to build up what I can around that. So that's my plan for this year. I mean, I have other things, like, I need to find a therapist, because if anything the end of this year taught me is I'm kind of a shitty person. Like, I have things I need to work out so that I do not harm the people I care about most. And I can see those things now, too late, but I cannot fix them myself, and I need help with that. So once I get settled somewhere, I'm going to be looking for a therapist first off. And I'm going to be trying to find a job in a field that I enjoy, whether that's, video production or something like that, audio production, something. I would like to do something in production, and that's not really a 2018 thing. That's more of a further on, but I would like to at least start maybe finding, like, hell, even unpaid internships, so I can at least get my name and have a demo reel for it and say, hey, I have worked for these places and done this kind of work for them. Look into doing voice acting for podcasts or something, and so I can have a demo reel and stuff like that, and working in that kind of stuff more. And I kind of want to go back to improv. Like, when I was younger, I did improv classes, and I'd like to go back to that I'd also like to actually look into game design and stuff. Like not as a job, God no. I never want to make video games as a job. Maybe as a side hobby with Twine or with Game Maker or something as a like a little thing on the side, but never as a I never want to. Yes, hello Reed. Can I help you? Can you please not come towards my laptop? It is on the floor, I know. That is a very strange thing, but it is not something I need you to be touching. Thank you. But I don't want to ever do that as a job. I have a couple ideas for Twine stuff I want to work on, but I have other things that I'm doing right now, and those are far more important to me. Um, Sorry, I'm moving the cat as he walks directly towards the microphone. Um, but I want to learn more about actual game design itself, and so that I can talk more about it. Because I mean, like, I play enough games to where I can recognize what is good level design and stuff like that. Like Wolfenstein, as much as I love that game, and it was my second favorite game of this year, the level design in that game is atrocious. Uh it is not fun. That game the guns feel great, but the gameplay, like the actual playing of it, is not. It was so high on the strength of its story and on the strength of its characters. Um but yeah, and if we're going that route, uh if I had been able to play near, it probably would have knocked it down, and I may have started looking at the Surge going above Wolfenstein. Uh, but yeah, because the Surge was really interesting. I need to actually like talk about that, and I need to find a way to do boundary breaking in that so I can uh no clip around and look at the map, because I would love to see what that map really looks like, because there are load screens but there are also doors that just go right back to where you used to be, where there used to take a load screen. I really want to see what that game looks like, because it's design the visual design is very muddled. Like it's very easy to get lost in areas when you've been in them for a long time. It all kind of starts blending together. But one of the reasons that it does that is because it loops back on itself so often. Like there are what, 5 ops centers in that game? 6 maybe? There's the first, the second, and that second one is for fucking ever. The third, down in like the abandoned sewer area. The fourth. Yeah, I think there's 5 ops in that game. So essentially 5 bonfires. That game has amazing, in terms of map design, in terms of like if you took the textures away and like the set dressing and you looked at it as just like a series of rooms and corridors and pathways, in terms of design, that is some of my favorite that I have seen. And I'd like to learn more about those things so that I can talk about them with a bit more knowledge than I have. And I'd like to like learn more about like the QA process and why Bethesda is so terrible at it. And I understand like Bethesda's worlds are so large that it's almost impossible to QA test those properly, but they also leave in things that are known bugs and never fix them. Stuff that is like should never, as soon as it is reported by players, should be fixed, but they don't. And so I would love to be able to speak on that more, and I would love to be able to speak on like design choices and I want to learn more about character design, and so I can speak on that. Like there are themes and things that lead into wanting to speak on and write more about games. And so those, I'm going to focus a bit on learning those things this year so that I can have a better voice about these things, instead of, well, I really like it. Like it's hard for me to articulate why I think Ruiner is so cool. Like I can talk about the design aesthetic, but it's hard to talk about the gameplay itself because frankly it's not great, but at the same time feels great. And if I had more knowledge on these subjects, I could make a better argument. This is actually all stemming from when I was doing the game of the year list and thinking on these things and knowing that I was not articulating what I wanted to properly. So, yeah, 2018 is going to be interesting. I want to be a better person by the end of it, and I hope that I am. Yeah, we'll find out, I guess. But as you can probably tell from today, no, maybe you won't be able to tell until by the end of the week. I have plans for a lot going up on the channel, like a lot very regularly. I'm going to do a test this month with it and see what I can do. If it is detrimental to my health, then I will be cutting back, and January will be a fluke, and I will be scaling back on what I do. But I want to see what my plans, what I can do with these plans. I want to see what I can reasonably handle. Because right now, the way I'm figuring it, I am looking at 88 videos a month to 104, depending. And that is frankly a lot of content for me to produce. And that is not including doing like live stuff and stuff like that. That is not including doing side things and like one-off stuff besides Indie Bin. Like, these are scheduled things that I want to do, and only one of them involves another person. The rest of it is solo. So it would be like at the max 100 videos by myself or 84 by myself. That's a lot of stuff going up, and I'm not sure that I can physically do that. So we'll see. I'm going to leave it for a month because some of those things I can end at the end of the month and not feel bad about abruptly stopping them. But, yeah. I don't foresee 2018 in terms of a geopolitical standpoint being any better. But I hope that on a personal standpoint, and not just for myself, but for everyone else, it is a better year. And yeah, that's about it. Anyway, I'm gonna go try to get some sleep. Have a nice night, everyone. I'll see you.